Hello, I'm Larry Miller, Secretary of the Hamilton County Democratic Party. Because of the COVID pandemic, we are holding our Reorganization Convention online this Saturday, August 28th. We will use the Zoom platform to elect our leadership team for the next 2 years. I want to share with you what will happen at the virtual Reorganization Convention on Saturday. Of course, much of what we are familiar with will be somewhat different due to the use of the virtual format and some changes because of the updated HCDP bylaws. We are doing everything we can to make sure that this Zoom meeting runs smoothly and seamlessly. The first thing that will happen will be the sign-in process. You are required to register and sign an oath of support to the Democratic Party and to any Democratic candidate running for office. At the sign-in, we will verify that you are in fact a registered voter in Hamilton County and will verify your county commission district and your voting precinct. Because of the pre-registration process for this event, the verification will be completed for most of you in advance. If we have late registrations before we close the door on Saturday morning, we will need to take a few moments to check on these individuals. We will close the doors for registration at 9 a.m. promptly. On Friday, those of you who have registered will be provided with a secure link to open Zoom. Once you open the Zoom application, you will be verified as a qualified participant in the convention and placed into a Zoom waiting room until it's time for the convention to start. Just make sure that you're in the Zoom well before 10 a.m. to make sure you have your place. Once the doors are closed to the convention, the meeting will be called to order by the chair. When the convention is called to order, Carly Dodson, our Zoom host and credentials representative, will call the roll. Carly will then announce the total number of attendees at the convention. This is a critical number, as all votes for any contested matter require a majority, that's 50% plus 1, to carry. After the roll call, the next step will be the explanation of the rules of the convention by Chair Rodney Strong. Once the rules have been explained and approved, the convention will be called upon to vote to proceed under the bylaws that have been established for the Hamilton County Democratic Party under the direction of the Tennessee Democratic Party. This step is necessary to be certified as the Democratic Party under the Tennessee Democratic Party and the National Democratic Party. The chair of the Bylaws Committee, Ryan Schofield, will present the motion to approve for a vote. The bylaws will have been emailed to you in advance for your review. Once the bylaws have been adopted, we will then proceed to the election of officers for the Hamilton County Democratic Party. We will vote for chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer in that order. Each office will be voted on individually. All who have registered and been approved to attend the convention will be able to vote on the candidates for these offices. This is a change from the practice of previous years that is found in the new bylaws. For each office, nominations and seconds will be taken from the floor. Once all nominations have apparently been made, the chair will make 3 calls for further nominations. At that point, a motion to close nominations will be considered, and if approved, the candidates will be presented. Before a vote on any office, candidates will have 2 minutes to introduce themselves and to ask for your vote. After the candidates present themselves, 3 questions can be posed for their answers, and the candidates will have 2 minutes to answer these questions. Questions can be posed using the chat feature in the Zoom room. After the question and answer session is concluded, the vote will occur. Using the poll function in Zoom, you will be asked to cast your vote. After all votes are tallied, the final tally will be presented by our Zoom host. If there are multiple candidates for an office, A candidate must receive a majority. This process happens for each office. Once the chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer are elected, the next step will be the election of 2 district representatives for each of the 9 county commission districts in Hamilton County. To accomplish this, each attendee will be assigned to a Zoom breakout room for their particular district. Once in the assigned breakout rooms, district participants will be asked to organize into a caucus to elect their district representatives. 1 male and 1 female can be elected from each district. Due to the smaller size of some districts, candidates for district representatives can self-nominate, but a second is still required. Once the candidates are nominated, elections occur using the same rules as for the election of officers. The vote will be done by roll call for each caucus, and the results are written down for a report back to the convention as a whole. After district representatives are elected, each district will report back to the convention as a whole to report the results. Due to the reporting requirements by the TNDP, everyone who is elected as an officer or district representative must come to the HCDP headquarters at 1089 Bailey Avenue in Chattanooga to physically sign some forms. This must be done no later than Wednesday, September 1. Headquarters will be open and manned for the purposes of this every afternoon from 1 to 5 p.m. Failure to sign the necessary paperwork will result in the forfeiture of the office for which a person has been elected. Due to the restrictions because of COVID, precinct captains for each precinct will be selected at separate district meetings for each district at a time to be determined in September. At the conclusion of all elections and the reports back to the convention as a whole, all new officers and district representatives will be sworn into office, and the business of the Reorganization Convention will be concluded and adjourned. Please remember to register for the Reorganization Convention if you have not done so already. You can also encourage your friends to follow this link on the HCDP website, hamcodems.com. And you can see the button Reorganization Convention. Click on that and follow the directions. If you have any questions about this whole process, please email them to us at hcdp.us@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 423-508-9814. Hope to see you on Saturday.